whenever you talk about cryptocurrency, you're going to always talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is based upon proof of work and really has been established and really been the backbone of cryptocurrency in a lot of different ways. And it still consumes over 40% of the total market valuation of all of Bitcoin put together. Number two, and coming up fast, is Ethereum. Ethereum really is the second generation cryptocurrency, except they did something really strange in 2022. They upgraded their system to make it, in my opinion, really equal to the third generation, which you normally reserve that to cryptocurrency like Cardano or other ones like that. But really, Ethereum is a huge blockchain technology with its own native coins in it. Remember, native means it has its own different coins, but really a lot of different other organizations, they use Ethereum to support their own probability out there. So we call Ethereum. And by the way, you'll see almost all of your cryptocurrency will have a three-letter connotation. Ethereum itself is ETH. It can be used by anybody to create any kind of secure technology. You have the native token to pay for work done that supports the blockchain, but you can also pay for tangible goods and services if they accept it. So really, you have that out there, and eventually you're going to see Ethereum, if everything goes the way that I feel it will be, we'll be seeing Ethereum used sometimes on a daily basis by actual people purchasing stuff, even possibly through retail itself. So Ethereum is designed to be scalable, programmable, secure, and decentralized. The decentralized, many different computers are part of it, and it also has a different critter. Its biggest thing is support smart contracts and a lot of decentralized finance or DeFi and those type of applications. It is a great tool for different DeFi applications to build their program on. So we talk about Ethereum, and it's different than proof of work. Keep in mind, proof of work is used by Bitcoin, and there's mining involved, and mining uses vast amounts of electrical power. So big that literally you have different regions, they're activating old coal fires, electrical plants, and they're turning them on and putting thousands upon thousands of computers to go mining for Bitcoin. If you have that, and proof of stake doesn't do that. It doesn't use that to validate the blocks. It uses the finalization protocol. I'll let you go ahead and look in the Casper LND Ghost aspect about what that means. Okay, and feel free to go explore that because it's a little bit complex. Okay, and then the consensus mechanism, what's called Gasper, and it monitors the consensus. Keep in mind, consensus is thousands of computers validating that somebody has earned X amount of coin from Ethereum. So you have that, and it defines how many validators receive rewards for the work they've done in the process, or punishment for dishonesty, detract them. So you have a balanced system over here, and you have it's a worldwide system because it's based on proof of stake with validation, which is a big deal. So Ethereum is new, and that is one of the big upgrades they have. Ethereum is the world's programmable blockchain, and it can work with many different applications. The Bitcoin blockchain was only created to support one thing, and that's Bitcoin. So you have two different aspects of it. Ethereum, anybody can use. The Bitcoin blockchain, it just produces Bitcoin. Ethereum is founded to leverage blockchain technology for many diverse applications, especially designed for smart contracts. Bitcoin is strictly a payment method. The maximum number of Bitcoins to enter circulation is going to be 21 million. That was planned from the very first time it started. You're going to see a halving, HALVING, a halving of Bitcoin again in 2024. Today, as at the time of this recording, every time you mine Bitcoin and you fill a block, the block is filled with 6.25 Bitcoin in it. So there's quite a bit in there. Now, in 2024, at the end, it will automatically reduce the amount from the mining down to 3.25 in the process. And so the 3.125 in the process, and reducing the amount you get every time you strike it rich with the equation solved. So it's having, and the purpose is to continually increase the valuation of Bitcoin. And pretty much has been pretty successful, especially the fact that we're looking at it started, and really the first purchase was 2010. So you're looking at a short period of time that's a highly valuable commodity in the market out there. The amount of Ethereum can be created is unlimited, although it takes time to mint a block of Ethereum, and that limits how much you can make. The number of Ethereum coins right now in circulation is 122 million. So with that, there's value you can constantly get out of it. You'll also see Ethereum, it doesn't have the cap that Bitcoin has that'll eventually skyrocket the overall value of it, but you'll see it's got much more flexibility in how we use it. A lot of times on Ethereum versus Bitcoin, you have a transaction processing fees. And like a lot of things in cryptocurrency language, there's weird terminology and they call it gas. There's no gasoline involved with it. It's just a matter of, that's what we call it, because it runs the network and is paid by the participants in the Ethereum transaction. So every time you have a transaction that uses Ethereum, you're going to pay a fee to somebody to process your transaction, and is absorbed by the entire Bitcoin network as a whole. People make money off of it for doing the work for you to sit down there and add it to the blockchain. So that is part of the overall cost. It's called gas. Ethereum, as of September 22nd, uses a proof of stake consensus mechanism. Bitcoin uses the energy proof of work consensus and has miners working out there. Ethereum moved proof of stake in September 2022, and that really upgraded it. And we used to call it Ethereum 2. Now it really is Ethereum, period. So that said, we now have an upgraded aspect of a generation 2 that really, I think, really fulfills the aspect of a generation 3. And I think Ethereum is going to be the primary components of what we call the third generation of the internet. Upgrades, since they've had this change, can add Ethereum growth in the process. But one of the problems that happens is the aspect of scalability. Look at the numbers over here. The Visa credit card system, it can really process 24,000 transactions per second. Ethereum does 15. If you want to have a worldwide cryptocurrency that's serious to compete with fiat currency, you have to figure out how you deal with it. Really, Visa is not processing US dollars. It's all digital in the process. 92% of all transactions on planet Earth are digital as of the time of this recording. So 24,000 transactions per second, Ethereum can only do 15, but they're finite. Everybody can see them. It's a better transaction, but you have a problem. So Ethereum has a sharding database and is trying to address the scalability issue so it can start approaching more than 15 transactions per second. Someday, hopefully, it'll be similar to Visa in the process of 24,000 transactions, but we'll see. Ethereum, with this change, has shards, which means you can break up chunks of it and have multiple chunks being processed at the same time on a consensus basis. Hopefully will speed it up quite a bit. It's a big deal. It's designed to be a highly flexible blockchain. It has ETH, Ether, as the native token, revised in 2022 to make it more practical, and is a total blockchain designed for smart contract applications. It really is the wave of the future. Take care.